X department has been asked to help another Manchester police division in an operation against ram raiders.
If you've got in your beard, you've been dead. Here's the car now, we see the back lights coming on. It's a stolen Cavalier. GSI 16 valve, 2-litre Cavalier. What you'll see is the reversing lights here.
What you're saying, had you been standing this side of that fridge?
That's
Imagine what the staff are going through there.
the staff now have gone off screen now and have barricaded themselves in the back room.
X department has been called in because they're specialists in high-speed pursuits.
It's the team that we're looking at tonight. Possibly the lad that we are actually looking at tonight is actually the driver of the vehicle. He's the getaway man.
There you go, gentlemen. They shot there, 2 minutes.
1.5 minutes thereabouts.
The unit was set up by Inspector Peter Aronson, the only one who drives a marked police car. The rest of the team work undercover in their fight against car crime. To keep up with criminals desperate to get away, they rely on state-of-the-art, high-powered cars.
Here we go again. Come on.
They got a cat in there.
Yes, we did have. Why are we pushing the fattest bastard on the unit? That way. Why are we pushing it uphill?
You staying out the way, boss, and that? That double car.
Should be starting the ball rolling for you.
You think?
You have to keep up with me, won't you?
You think we'll be able to with that? Mr. Bean rides again.
Only last week, another gang of ram raiders struck at a hi-fi shop in South Manchester.
Yeah, in pursuit.
As they made their getaway, they draped a coat over the registration plate so the car could not be identified.
The registration number at present is covered up. Looks like 3 people on board.
Roger, in pursuit of the Subaru, 2 persons on board.
Subaru Brexit Turbo. Subaru Brexit Turbo. Location, the Downs in Altrincham. Present speed, 70 miles an hour. Receive.
Roger, presently the Downs Altrincham. What direction?
Stand by.
You're 2 towns down, yeah. What's your call number?
5987, they've got out the vehicle, they're coming to attack us with crowbars, they've got back in the vehicle. Stand by.
Location please, location.
This gang got away and are still believed to be operating in Manchester.
Road, just passing Stanhope Road.
10 minutes into the operation, Phil and Steve get an urgent call.
All we've got is a report of 4 males kicking in the house, the door of a house, and apparently got firearms with them, but more than that we don't know. We'll decide that when we get there.
There it is. That's ours.
The vehicle's made up at high speed, Coniston Road.
Sierra 1744, right one.
27144.
Yeah,
Looking at us.
we're behind a vehicle that's left the scene. It's high speed. Bravo 500, uniform, Bravo uniform, if you can see that, please.
Bravo 500.
Uniform, Bravo uniform.
1744, where are you, Phil?
Barton Road, this?
Yeah, Barton Road,
It's
Derbyshire Lane.
stationary at the lights, Barton Road towards Park Road.
Roger, thank you. 1744 in uniform,
Yeah.
patrol.
Yes, we could do, just to stop the vehicle. We're normal speed at the moment. It's a left onto Derbyshire Lane now. 4 white males on board. It's a red XR2.
Vehicle left onto Derbyshire Road, a red XR2.
He's had a good look. We'll wait and see till the uniform get here and we'll try and attempt to stop it.
Vehicle's now at the junction, Chester
We don't
Road.
know if they've got firearms on them,
To
but
left, Chester Road.
they know we're with
City
them. They've
Road.
gone round in a big circle now.
Chester Road, city bound.
But I'm not going to do anything until we've got in the uniform.
There's no vehicle, Davey Road. If you want to pull it, I've got 4 officers back if you're over.
Yeah, Roger, it's second in line at the lights now, which are changing.
Oh, come on, come on.
Strike.
Right, let's go. Strike.
Hands low, conceal. Hands low, conceal. Hands up. Hands low, conceal. Right. Hands up. And we can see them.
Yeah, no, it's turn around, put your hands on the wrist. That's all the hands are in the behind the middle.
Don't worry, I'm not going. I know you're not. Stay where you are.
So far, there's no sign of any guns.
Sorry? I haven't got. Well, I don't know that until I search it. Don't you think I can't take it easy? It's been a job, you did the original job.
Yeah.
This has come. Go ahead. XR2C leaving Keswick Road at speed. Well, alright then, Red Fiesta, we're not splitting hairs, are we now? Go on. So we've followed it and pulled it here, searched the floor and the car. There's no trace of any firearms.
Right. It's not going to interfere with my kebab, this, is it?
Not at all, no, sir.
Okay.
Are you still buying? I need a firearm for that.
Down there at the moment, aren't you, though? That's what you just said. Yeah, because you said you're not living at Derbyshire Avenue anymore.
Although no guns have been found, the police are not happy with the details given by one of the four men.
Your surname is Vanden, Victor Alpha, November Delta Echo, November.
You wanted for somewhat? No. Failing to turn up at court? No. Something like that? No.
We don't have too much in the way of details with regard to this. It simply states that he's deserted from the army dated...
Deserted from the army?
A deserter from the army. You know where you're going now, don't you?
Yeah, you desert from the army, yeah?
Nice try.
Private Vanden was handed over to the military police and has since been discharged from the army. No charges were made against the other three men.
Oh well, a bit of action at least. It's not a stolen car though.
Hell, that was cold.
At midnight, Phil and Steve are told to make their way across town to rendezvous with their colleagues who are in need of some assistance.
Well, ignition on! You got a handbrake on or what?
The unmarked police car has broken down again.
Something fixed today? Well, what's the matter with it? Just died. Just got out dead. Well, what's the fan going for? Engine, is it? Not going to get very far on the fan, is it? It'll be the cutout switch.
I think it is.
Well, where is it on this? What about the fuel pump relay?
It's as if there's no power at all to the starter motor.
I was going to say that.
Have you got hold of them, Steve? Is that the RAC? I know where we are.
Hello, it's Steve Manning from TAS. We're stuck in our RS 2000 in the middle of Gordon.
So none of you have got a clue? That's what it boils down to, is this? Well,
Could be the swinging shackle.
no one's got a clue here. All this expertise in vehicles. Can I tell you, you've all booked off at 2 o'clock. So you're getting paid for this, Dave Bartley.
Alright, see you on the way, boss.
It's the week before Christmas, and the Ram Raiders are still at large.
Okay.
Inspector Aronson decides to change tactics.
Wednesday. Right, I'll see you then. Cheers, Steve. Bye. Right, so today I want you to concentrate on the car parks in Altrincham specifically because, as you know, on the lead up to Christmas, there's every likelihood the thieving bastards will help themselves to all and sundry. Okay. Off you go.
Operations on car parks have proved successful in the past.
Normally, if they've got a choice, they'll choose a long stay car park or one that's near to office blocks because they know that if they get there fairly early, like now, they've got at least until 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock before the car will even be reported stolen, if nobody witnesses it. Because these people that park on the car parks are at work, and it's normally 4:30, 5 o'clock before they turn out. So they've got the best part of an afternoon's use of the car before it's even reported stolen.
This car was left parked securely by its owner, but was then used in an armed robbery on a jeweller's.
Leaverdale Road. Let them do the commentary.
Vehicle 60 miles per hour, under driving. Yes, sir. I think got inside this, just trying to take a voice in action.
Yeah, you put down alley.
Vehicle down on the back alley.
Check that clear.
Walker Road area. Vehicle will come out near the Walker Road area.
Clear left. You alright, mate?
Yeah, 791 5CK, we're now behind this vehicle. 791, yeah, 5 behind this vehicle. Right, 4 Victoria Avenue now. It's got to go on with the traffic off the road. Still continuing the dirt track.
Be down now. Sit it.
Get the take a left now on this dirt track. You're not sure the location. Back towards the housing. They'll do the left step on the dirt track towards the house. Yeah, the road is 60 to the left and open country to the right.
Vehicle stopped at this time. Stopped at this time.
Roger, CK to Charles in this pursuit. Vehicle now stopped. Occupants detained.
You're told, I always remember this sticking in my mind for some strange reason, but you're told when you join the police not to stereotype. Well, for me, you couldn't do your job if you didn't stereotype. You certainly couldn't do it well. Unfortunately, not just car thieves, but people that are going to commit crime on a regular basis all seem to wear the same clothes. They wear tracksuits like Steve's, these England shell suits, that kind of cheap, nasty gear. And with that, and the same haircuts, and you know, you can, if you know what you're looking for, you can see them a mile away. And in that regard, they make it easy for you. Sorry about that.
Nice jacket. Some get up early and come on the morning, but majority in the afternoon, like, because they're in bed, because they're out all night. So they're doing nothing, so they don't get up till then.
If they're taking a car to go and drive around like
Here we go. Where's the PNC check? Sierra 776 CK, PNC please.
763, got the details.
Yeah, it's a VIS check as well please, on Delta 145 Victor Papa uniform. There's 4 up, they've come from the back of the leisure centre, the car park. We'll just give it a stop now. It's gone past the other car parks, we'll just see where it's come from. It's registered to a lady in Lynn. Obviously there's no females in that.
False registration is a common trick used by gangs of car thieves.
Stop check it.
They legitimately buy a car between them, but don't register themselves as the new owner.
He knows what it is.
Or outside the auctions, if they are seen breaking into a car, even if the registration number's clocked, you can't trace them because they're not registered the car with the DVLA.
Give it me, mate. Got me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The man sent his bit off, yeah?
Yeah.
And he told me to send this off.
Yeah, so you haven't sent it off, have you? I thought you said you sent it off.
I said I sent off my insurance.
No, you said you sent it off.
I didn't say I sent off my insurance.
Are they simple questions, these, are they?
Yeah.
Right.
Why is the cage knackered?
I don't know.
Because it's nicked?
No.
You sure?
Check it if you want.
When did you buy it?
Ages ago.
How long's ages ago? What did you pay for it? Do you think that's a fair price?
The radio appears not to belong to the car.
I'm not happy with the story that you've given me about that.
I've got this yet, Mum.
No, well, listen to what... Well, if that's the case, then you've nothing to worry about, have you?
Right.
But as it stands now, you haven't got a receipt here. That isn't the radio cassette that was fitted to this car when it was made, is it? It's not a standard one.
Wanted at the minute. Failed. Face looks familiar. Where do you live? Not Mr. No. No.
So I'm going to tell you now that you're under arrest on suspicion of the theft of that radio cassette. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything that you do say can be given in evidence. Do you understand what I'm saying to you now? Right? Do you want to come have a seat in the car until your transport arrives?
Where's that radio from? Hold up, mate. These are the right details you're giving me, are they? Yeah. You sure? Been in trouble?
No. I'm serious.
Look remarkably like somebody else. If I check out that he's wanted, I think we might be coming in for him, so... Jump back in. Swap sides.
As he searches the car, Steve becomes even more suspicious.
All the batteries everywhere. It's a scanner to listen to the police frequencies. Secreted underneath the seat.
Unlucky, my son.
Steve is convinced that the second of the four men has given a false name and is actually a car thief wanted by the police.
Yeah, that's just say thank you. He's claiming he's not him, but it's a very good likeness of him.
Yeah, according to PNC.
Steve gets a description of the wanted car thief from the police computer.
Talk it on. Other side.
The details include some unusual identifying marks. The man in the car has similar marks.
Oh, you are, aren't you? As I've said, all you're going to do is save yourself some
time. That radio, so, and you can be interviewed about that.
Wait, then we're going to the van or what?
What's your name?
Patrick. There you go.
Nice try.
7763.
Yeah, did you receive the last?
That's received. This is Patrick. 030178.
Do not enough? Nice, sir.
He's a male.
This is like shelling peas. Hey, who's coming next?
5'11", born in Manchester. Not looking good, this, boys. This right details, because there could be another one going in the van here now.
After further questioning, the remaining two passengers are allowed to go on their way, on foot.
No, I've asked the driver who's insured to drive this, and he said nobody except himself. So with that in mind, I'm afraid you're on Shanks's, boys.
The last of the four men is not involved with car crime.
There's no identifying features on that at all. The serial number has been removed. And also the cage in which it comes, it's fitted to the dashboard, is bent, consistent with it having been forced with a screwdriver at some stage. So I've arrested him on suspicion of theft of that radio cassette.
Okay.
In the car also, for your information, was this scanner. We're not able to make it work, but I suspect that is going to be tuned into police frequencies, but I'll have that examined and verified.
What's your surname?
Miller.
Is that double L?
Yeah.
And what's your forename, your first name?
Mark.
Just Mark, is it?
Yeah.
Now, should you be charged with any offence today, we will require your fingerprints and photograph for this type of offence.
Mark Miller is detained and will later be interviewed about the radio and the police scanner found in his car.
Stay direct to 5 o'clock if possible. Yes, perfectly.
That there, the 17, channel 17, is programmed to the C division, which is Moss Side and Longside. Obviously we're using it to scan the police frequencies here. It gives them an extra sort of 2 or 3 minutes, which is all they need, really. It's your shot.
They're on the way together,
Yeah, he's a rear seat passenger in a vehicle that we stopped at 2 o'clock this afternoon on Victoria Road, Hale. Recognised by myself. He's believed to be Patrick. Body checked him.
Right.
And he's wanted on warrant, and he's admitted he is now Patrick after giving false details.
Yeah. Okay. Do you wish anyone informing that you've been arrested and you're now detained here? Your mother? What's your mother's name?
Teresa.
Yeah. I need to see that she's from you now. Okay?
Do I get my clothes back from it? It took off me a couple of months ago.
Depends on the inquiry if it's completed or not.
Get comfy. I'll get you a light. Yeah, don't smoke that one too quick, though, will you? He's wanted at Tameside for theft. He's also wanted at Macclesfield for handling stolen goods at Winslow. He's also wanted at Gorton for stealing property from an unattended motor vehicle. And he's also wanted at Burnage for theft of a vehicle. His fingerprints were found in a stolen car.
3 hours later, Mark Miller decides to change his mind about his identity.
Dwayne? Yeah. Dwayne what?
Gordon.
Gordon. With an O, is it? Gordon, yeah. Okay, Dwayne, what's your real date of birth? It's alright.
No, none of us start going on.
No, it's okay, there's no problem. At the end of the day, we need to know who you are, yeah? So it's in your own interest to tell us. Are you 18? How old are you? 16. That makes a big difference to us as well. Because you're 16 and not over 17, it means that I need a responsible adult here for you. Who will actually come out for you? I take it you live with your gran. Your gran's got control over you. Right. Well, obviously we need your gran out to come and look after you while you're in the sheep.
Steve and Phil go in search of the grandparents of the suspect, who now says he's Dwayne Gordon, but originally gave his name as Mark Miller.
Anybody who comes in with a first name and a surname that match
The same letter.
Mark Miller.
If you think about it, if you're asked on the spot now to give a false name, and you have to do it quickly, you always give one that sort of slips off the tongue or rhymes.
John Jones.
John Jones or Mark Miller or Stephen Smith. It's always the case.
I'm sorry to trouble you.
All that man. I just can't see without me glasses. You are police.
Yes, a police there. Can you see it there?
Hello, mate. It's Phil Seeley from TAS. Our prisoner, the one that gave his name originally as Miller, he's changed his address since to an address at Court at Burnage. Can you just tell us the number again?
Court, we're sure it's number 13. We're after his nana. It's a young coloured lad.
His nanny?
Yes.
No,
That's me, that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
16?
It's number 16.
Thanks very much.
I do apologise.
Bye.
Oh, well, that's upstairs.
Right. Yeah. How do we get up there?
You see, the man over here, I've not heard him for 3 weeks, you see, I wonder where he's gone.
Oh, right. No,
That's
that's number 16. I'm sorry to trouble you.
Oh, it's quite...
Thank you very much. Can we get upstairs there?
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. 16, not 13.
Thank you very much, love.
Thank you. I've not seen him before.
Well, there's no way I can come out now. Because like I say,
If you were able to come out, what time would you be able to get there? If?
I don't know what do you reckon.
Obviously, we can't force you to turn out. It's your...
Who's in this car with him?
Well, the other two, there's 4 in the car. He's been arrested with the radio cassette and the scanner because he's driving the car, and he said that he owned the car. Now, the problem we've got at the minute now is we've got a 16-year-old who's in custody at Altrincham Police Station. We need an adult there.
We will give you a lift. We will take you to Altrincham Police Station. There's no problem with that. But if you don't, then we're going to have to speak to the social services.
Oh, what do you want me? Shall I go down? Or?
In the end, Dwayne's grandfather agrees to go.
We now think he's Dwayne Gordon of 16 Eden Court, Burnage. Is that right? No. What's his name? Dominic what?
O2.
O2?
O2.
O2. What's your home address? Sorry? Can you help us with his home address?
I haven't got a clue where he's living. He used to live with his mother.
So he says no fixed abode. So he's
What's
given
his name now?
his name now.
He's O2.
He's Dominic O2.
What relation is Dwayne Gordon to him?
Both my grandsons.
Both your grandsons?
He's wanted for stealing the car when the 4-year-old kid who was actually left in the car, he's picked the kiddie out of the car and given it to the woman who drove off. He's wanted for knocking on a door, someone answers it, he hits the person with a brick and stole the keys to a car. He's wanted by the City Magistrates Court. He failed to turn up at the City. He's also got disqualified driving marker against him. And you found him driving, don't you?
Yeah.
He'll be going nowhere.
So, just to recap then, the screwdrivers for fitting the radio, the scanner's in your car underneath your seat, but you don't know, and it's tuned into the police frequencies, but you don't know whose it is. Is that right?
Yeah. I think it's quite important in the circumstances to take account of the way in which you came to buy this car radio.
Oh, do you think I'm bothered about a car radio? I've got
well, no,
things to think
I'm
about.
just asking you questions about the car radio. And the fact is that you were approached in the street by a complete stranger who offered you that for sale.
Yeah, would charge me with handling stolen goods or whatever you're going to charge me.
Let me finish. Not only was it a complete stranger in the street that offered to sell it to you, but it's minus the serial number, and it's worth, in my opinion, more than £40. All of those facts taken together, to my mind, suggest that it's stolen.
That's your mind, prove it.
It is my mind, yeah.
Well, prove it then. I'm not bothered about nothing. A car radio, I'm not going to get for that.
Steve cross-checks O2's name with another undercover police team. The news is surprising.
Right, I'll have a look there. So you wanted for about 14 robberies. So in the region of 14 and possibly an armed robbery. Right, I'll ring you back in a minute. Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. Wanted for an armed robbery. You've got a photo fit. It's O2. £5 grand armed robbery. 14 other robberies. They're running on these. As well, they want as well, yeah. And the other one will be Christine Tuckman in the front seat. But
We've got the right two.
yeah, we've got the right two out of the 4.
Excellent.
Ex-department's campaign against ram raiders is still running. Although no one has been caught for this raid, the car park surveillance led to the arrest of 2 wanted criminals. Released on bail, this man failed to appear at court and is now on the run. Dominic O2 was sent straight to prison. While he was awaiting trial for 15 other serious offences, he was suddenly taken ill and rushed to hospital. The following day, Dominic O2 was dead